Hey, good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Deaf Ear on Music. I'm your host, Julian Conkey. Now, you might be a little confused about the title Deaf Ear on Music. It's not about music you don't want to hear and throw on the ground and never want to hear. What it is really about is music that never was released for some bizarre or legal reasons for bands and artists throughout the United States. So, tonight, we're going to talk about the band called The Returds. Yes, the Returds. They were a band back in the 60s. Now, this was a band that was very in the Beatles, Stones kind of era. And let me go through a little few of these notes here. The band consisted of two guitars, bass, and drums. They had Ash White on drums, Ash White on guitar and vocals, Joe Dumper on guitar and vocals, Bert Pinchaloff was their bass player, and Dick Pincher on drums. And I hear Dick Pincher was really a good drummer. Now, they had just finished recording the tracks, and we're going to go back into the studio the following week to mix all this stuff and get it released. Well, there came out of the hotbed of talent in America that everyone knows about, and that's Medicine Bow, Wyoming. Huge amount of talent coming out of there. Farming community, and that's what these fellows did. They worked on these farms, and they happened to all work driving manure spreaders. And on April 1st, 1964, and what can only be described as the most bizarre happening in music that I can think of, they were all crushed by a manure spreader. Wow. How in the world does that happen? You can't write that. So what happened was legal action happened, and they couldn't go and release the music. They put a stop to even trying to edit anything. Well, the band's gone. You can't do anything. So yeah, it's just one of those things that just it's so hard to believe, but it's true. And it's just such a shame that we never got to hear the Returds. I mean, the record was going to be called Meet the Returds. Well, I guess we're just never going to meet the Returds. So I hope you enjoyed the show. Deaf Ear on Music. I'm your host, Julian Conkey, and we'll be back next week talking about another great band that somehow just vanished.